best days are the ones that you're dreading the most. Wow, I guess I still have my mad scientist hair from yesterday. So I answered the door as a mad scientist with my robot with Raspberry Pi eyes for Halloween. I changed the colors to orange, so they have these orange eyes that would sort of blink and look around and stuff on this old Meccano robot that one of my tech bandits gave me. And of course, I dressed up like a mad scientist. A couple of really, really cute interactions, I'd have to say, as I was dreading the whole Halloween thing without my son. Was one of the kids came out to me, and he was dressed as a train. And I said, "Oh, what are you dressed? What are you dressed as?" And he sort of stopped for a second, looked at me, and went, "I'm a kid." And I was like, "Wow, well, you're very convincing as a kid," which I thought was really cute. The other one was what one of the kids said about they all asked about the robot, which I love because that's my whole Tech Bandits thing is like show them something cool, and they might be talked into learning something. So that I had one kid asking about what the Raspberry Pi was. The other one was like, where did I get the little screens from? And then is that a robot? And am I a crazy scientist? And yeah, so it was just kind of a fun way to go. My wife will be heard cackling and screaming behind the scenes here because she's watching her Arsenal play. That is a football match that she's very excited about. They're always excited. Anytime Arsenal shows up, my family gets very excited about it, as do I, but I tend to come in for the latter part when it's really exciting. I can't take the tension. I've just had to also watch an awful lot of Blue Jays, and that is just, I feel like I don't have any nails left. I'm like, my nerves are shot. This whole sports thing is very stressful. Hello, everybody. Hello from rainy and cold UK. You mean hello from the UK, Nixie. How are you, Nixie? Good morning, David. I forgot to say yesterday, this is Rebel Time Lady. Hey, TARDIS and Timbits. Oh, I like Rebel Time Lady, but I'll tell you, TARDIS and Timbits is for the win, I think. Hello, Freckled Dawn. Sky, Raspberry Pi Eyes is a funny few words to first hear, isn't it? That's exactly. Good afternoon, David. How's your Burn and Learn? It was good. Good one. Good Burn and Learn today. So I should let everyone know this is a Burn and Learn. This is my bid to stay alive and fit long enough to enjoy my golden years with my fabulous son and my brilliant, beautiful, and extraordinary wife, Jane, and our menagerie of irritating pets, starting with Huzzah, the Princess Mutt, who is just so annoying and cute at the same time. She came in and sort of uncurled on the bed. She just sort of like flopped on the bed this morning and sort of lolled over me looking for rubs and stuff. The gecko doesn't demand these things. All the gecko wants is a nice, squishy bug and mango paste, and happily will come out and say hello. Anyways, hello from Thailand. Oh my God, Jadis. I was just talking about Thailand and that whole area of the world, an area that I haven't been to. I think we started talking about that because I watched a really fun zombie movie last night called I think it's called The Elixir. It's probably a translation. In fact, I know it's a translation because I think it's an Indonesian film, but it's an Indonesian zombie film, and it's really fun and horribly gory and a little bit funny and just really beautifully made film. God, I'd love to be in something like that. It was just a fun zombie film. Despite the rain here, we had a load of trick-or-treaters. David, you'd love to have seen just how many horror-based characters I saw. Yeah, I know. I saw a lot of horror people. Yeah, a lot of less cutesy, although I had to walk the dog. I walked the dog out later. And that's when you get all of these wasted, partially clad, teenagers running around acting like idiots. So I was very old man disapproving for that. Burn and Learn today. I should tell you, how much did I do? I did, list by date. Today I did 28 minutes and 34 seconds. Not bad, David. Yeah, so slowly building. I figure if I get to 30, I could sort of kick back and stick to 30 for a bit if I can. My son was saying I have to do at least, I can't remember what he said, it's the number of meters he's suggesting. Jay's last night, it was so tense. It's so true. It's absolutely, and I'm not a sports person. So hello from Fox Lake, Illinois. Well, hello to you, Tom. And yeah, so Burn and Learn. So Burn and Learn, I hate exercise, so I like to learn something while I'm doing it on this wretched torture device that is my rowing nightmare. Yeah, it really, these things are just designed to be miserable. Actually, I'm gonna have some coffee, so I might just do this. I might pick us up, move us back over to the comfy chair where I can have myself a little coffee. Ooh, yeah. Sorry for the moving camera, the roaming camera. Let me see if I can do this without causing too much chaos. Okay, so bit of an angle, but it's kind of like being on a ship, isn't it? I should just get my hair to go like this way, and then it'll look like it's more, So Burn and Learn. I did my time today. It really is like doing time, isn't it? And I listened to this BBC science show all about slime mold, because slime mold, I'm obsessed with slime mold. I want a whole collection of slime molds to study and to get to do, because they're just this. I didn't realize this, but they're sort of, some of them seem to be more like animals. Some of them seem to be more like plants. They're not funguses, per se. Some of them are multicellular. Some of them, they'll come together in little collections of cells and figure out how to work as one organism, basically. Other ones when are like bubbles. They'll hit each other and merge into one larger cell that can become huge, and they're just an extraordinarily odd creature, basically, in the way they move and the way their life cycle is bizarre. Like in these multicellular ones, they will basically signal each other, and some of them will become a spore at the top of a little sort of like little tiny little mini mushroom type thing, almost with a little stalk and with a little ball thing on the top, which is the spore. And of course, that's all made up of separate cells. So some of those cells have to decide, oh, I'm going to die and just become the stalk. And other ones are going to go like, oh, I've got to live. I want to be a spore. That there's literally some of them that will trick other ones into killing themselves so that they can go and be the spore. It's just amazingly complex. And what I loved about this talk was, it's a little stuffy. It's he's a wonderful old guy, but it's a little old British school stuff. But the scientists are just so excited about this stuff. And of course, I get more excited about it. And I've been looking for slime molds around here on my dog walks and stuff. And of course, I'm in an urban area that it just doesn't seem to be particularly good. And I think it's going to get too cold for it. So I'm thinking about actually seeing if I can actually pick up a few in some dishes. Maybe if anyone is working at a university somewhere that's working with them, let me know if I could get a couple of samples. I'd love to come by, say hi, and see what's going on with that stuff. So if there's anybody in the Toronto area that's working with slime molds, that would be fantastic. Or even if you find some good ones, send me some photos, and I can have a look. Anyway, so slime molds on the agenda for another one of my little strange tangents. And just the way we're, using these slime molds, there's kind of a little bit of a fallacy about this. When I first heard about them, I was like, oh my God, they're so smart. They can figure out how to create a Tokyo subway system. The reality is they are intelligent by tiny little steps. And I think what's really neat about it is that, like, they're not necessarily going like, okay, I got to find what's the fastest way to go. No, they just spread out and basically check out all the possible routes. When they find a good route, all the other routes sort of wither and retract or maybe die. I'm not sure exactly how that works. And then the straight ahead path to the oats, which they seem to really like, will sort of fortify itself, and that goes as the route. Oh, that is not sounding good. Oh, a lot of disappointment happening in Arsenal right now. Apparently, a lot of oh no, name calling and stuff. I'm just saying. Yes, what I found fascinating about it was not that they are these hyper intelligent things. They're just using these very simple mechanisms to do something quite complex. And guess who also does that? Us. Because we're all made up of like a million different types of cells and stuff, and just how those cells interact and differentiate each other is obviously something that we really want to know about. The other thing that's really nice about these slime molds is, other than looking at them, because some of them, one of them's called dog vomit, because it literally looks like dog vomit. And I found that one, and brought that one home, and Jane wasn't very happy about that. But it looks exactly like a dog has thrown up. So be careful before you go and find these things that you haven't in fact found dog vomit rather than actual, one of these slime molds. The idea that these things mimic our own cells in some ways, and they've done a full one of the first organisms that they did with the DNA, and they were documenting all of the DNA that's in various different plants and animals and such. They've got the entire DNA for these things, so they can study them that way as well. But the idea is, like, how can we use them to help us with figuring out neurological disorders like Parkinson's or how they respond to plaque, how things stick, how do these things stick to some things and not to others, and can we use that mechanism for treating cancer or working with cancer cells or cells in our own body. I mean, just really interesting ways that we can use these to sort of explore our own mechanisms in our body. Like, they were talking about these two types of blood cells that will take out bacteria, and when there's like a wound and like we get a cut or something, and how they work very similarly to the cells in these slime molds. And so what they've basically been doing is working with the slime molds to see what how they can tweak them and how they work, and they're obviously much easier to work with because you can grow them on a dish. Basically, you can grow them on the countertop. And in some cases, some of the countertops I've had, they probably were growing on. But the idea that they're so much easier to work with than they are to try to work with those, when you remove those cells from a body, from our bodies to study, they don't survive very long. Whereas these slime molds are very good at it. Coffee time. Did anyone watch Network Chuck? Network Chuck is this fantastic nerd who at first I was not sure about. He seemed a little like forced, if that makes sense. But I've really come around to him. He's almost like he's like the Bob Ross of technology YouTubing, and I highly recommend him. Go say hi for me. I don't know him, but just go say hi. He seems like someone I'd like. And he just does all these amazing tutorials about various different computer stuff. And of course, I've got a little home lab that I like to play. That's a score. Right? Who was it? 2 goals. That's it. 2 goals. I'll find out later. But I haven't had my coffee yet. Wait a second. That's what made me think of Network Chuck, is because he's hawking his Network Chuck coffee, which is, I guess I should try, given this is my way of supporting him, I suppose. Oopsie, good info. Good info, Jim. I like God info. It works too. I'll check him out. He had to grow on me. Everyone with Rodney. Yeah. Well, he's absolutely delightful, this guy, obviously. And obviously quite sort of excited about this stuff. I guess he was sort of finding his footing to start, and I guess was sort of trying stuff, and I wasn't so sure at first whether he was the guy to follow. But honestly, I really, really like his stuff. I mean, it's just, and the stuff you learn, I'm learning about. And there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to play with that I've got this big old Dell server, which I'm not sure about now because it just uses so much power and takes up so much space. I'm thinking maybe I should build a little sort of smart NAS of my own. That's a network accessible storage thing. So anyways, there you go. I think actually now we're talking about the slime molds and networking. I think they're also used in that kind of thing as well, where they can help figure out routing of things and stuff. So anyways, lemons. Rodney will only grow on you if you're not a lemon. It's very true. So true. I'm not, from the other room doing my own thing, Wholesome Vampire. Yeah, very, very, very good. Are you going to do a Stargate meet and greet anytime soon? I'd love to. Home lab tour, please. Oh my God. Maz Goetten. Sort of embarrassing. My cable management is so terrible, but yeah, okay, so I can have a look. I can show you what I've got going. I actually want to do some work on it because I want to set up this thing. What was he talking about that I thought was really interesting? Ceph? I think it's called Ceph or something. CEPH. I may have it wrong, but it's just this way of taking all of these different systems, everything from a Raspberry Pi to an old PC to a Dell server to a NAS for that matter. And you put them all into this system, this pool that intelligently manages where all this stuff goes. Because the reality is I've got so much stuff. Like, it's ridiculous how much stuff I have. And as an actor, I like to keep digital, as best quality as possible, digital copies of things I've done in the past, because it's just kind of nice to have that for little montages or whatever, just to sort of let people know who you are and sort of promotion and all that kind of stuff. So good morning, David, from Park County, Indiana. We watch Atlantis daily. Oh, good for you, Anthony. Daily. My God, haven't you run out yet? You're just gonna go back, start them over again, or just pause on my face. That's as an inspiration. May my work be an inspiration to you over there in Indiana. I can make particle weapons. What? I can make particle weapons. Remember, the shield did that work for you. I can make particle. Oh, you made the shields. Yes, the shield's fantastic. I had a friend who was coveting that, and I, being the incredibly generous soul that I am, I let my friend have it. So my friend has it on display in his own little Stargate stuff. So I can make a Ronin gun. Oh, the Ronin gun's pretty. I don't like guns though. I mean, I like guns. Guns are, I mean, that's the problem, is just guns are just beautiful technology to some extent. But I prefer the, I've got to get a full-size ZPM is what I need to do. I need to get a really good ZPM. And there's a number of companies that have been doing it, and I've talked to a number of them about it, and I've just never sort of pulled the trigger on anything, but I'd love to get a really nice, lit ZPM that I can sort of put in the window as a beacon of hope for all nerds. What was it like working with the other actors for SGA? Oh God, it was so good. It was so amazing. They're just such a great bunch of people. And I know that everyone always says that, but they're a weird little eclectic bunch of people, but we really sort of clumped together like a slime mold. We really just, I think we really enjoyed each other's company. We spent the first couple of years, we would go out with the whole crowd every year, every week at least. Especially when we were living in town. I mean, once we had the kid and we were out in Point Roberts, it's a little more difficult to do that. And I was getting a little bit more, old man sitting on a porch wanting to be by himself. But they're just absolutely lovely. And it's really one of the big appeals to doing conventions every so often. Is just getting to see them again, it was so lovely seeing, Joe and Paul the other day, Rachel. I mean, I miss Rachel. She's just such a lovely, talented, amazing writer as well. You only know her as a brilliant actress, but she's just a fantastic writer as well. I wish someone would sort of bully her into publishing some of her own stuff, because she's just amazing at it. Definitely like a family. Definitely like a family. I mean, and like a family, we had little things here and there, but usually because I'm impossible. But yeah, no, I just loved it. Yeah, absolutely. Replying to Martin Ward, I was dressed as the Jaffa Serpent Guard. Nice. Any film projects coming down the pipeline? Possibly one that everybody just keep your fingers crossed for me, because it would be working with some fabulous friends of mine, and it would be a brilliant project. And so just keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully there'll be something coming with that. In the meantime, though, I'm the luckiest man alive. I get to do all of these I'm with Stargate Genius chats, which I am just loving. I've been doing a bunch of pre-chats, had a couple of great pre-chats this week. So we just sort of get everyone comfortable, and then we'll do the actual podcast. And I've started putting them onto Spotify. So go check out I'm with Stargate Genius on Spotify if you want to hear those. And I've just put up my latest one with Netta, who is just amazing. Space law and sustainability. Just wow. What a woman. She's just amazing. What a fabulous brain. She's fantastic. Yeah. And the stuff she's doing and the stuff she's interested in, and this wonderful methodical brain that she has, and her approach to stuff is it's fantastic. And then to sort of relax, she goes and grows these amazing vegetables and stuff, and it's just sustainability throughout, but there's that sort of wonderful zen to her as well. So go listen to that. It's on Spotify, and it's just a great chat, fun, relaxing, feel good chat. That's the whole point of these I'm with Stargate Geniuses, is my selfishly, it's just about me wanting to talk to smart people about stuff and learn something. And but they make for some really wonderful. I come out of them every time feeling like, yes, you know what I mean? Just so good about stuff. But work-wise, I've got this. They're doing this new boys show, so The Boys, which is a show that is possibly beyond my squeamish nature. But I don't just play a coward on television. I also am a coward about watching certain things on television. Anyways, really beautifully done show, but pretty brutal. Anyways, they're doing a spin-off called Vought Rising, and I am a part of that. Of course, I can't talk about anything other than that. They've announced that I'm in it. That's all I'm going to say, and all I can say. But that's another bunch of people who are just absolutely lovely. That is a trickle down, I think. I can't even tell you who I work with and who I don't, because I think that would give things away. But just an amazing bunch. And an old SGU alumni as well. Which is kind of fun. We've got I think he's been announced. Okay, stop. Don't listen to me anymore. Okay, I got some amazing people you should interview on the podcast. Great, Jeffrey Phillips Freeman. Who you got? Did you get to keep any props for the show? If so, what did you get? I got a lighting sconce that I really liked. One of these sort of fun lit. It's basically plumbing. It's basically plumbing pipes with a bunch of lights behind it. It's very cool. I do have a lot of the marketing stuff. Like I kept a lot of the stuff that came out when we first launched the show, and some of the promo stuff that Sci-Fi did. Some of them better than others. A bunch of pins and stuff. I actually have. I was going to see if there's any interest in these, but I've got 2 old flip phones in the boxes, which were Stargate themed flip phones, and I should unbox them and show them to you, because maybe I'll auction them off or something, because they only made like 10 of them or something, and there's nothing particularly fancy about them other than I think some kind of a firmware update that they did for it. But if you want a little piece of history, that's something worth looking at. I'll do a little show and tell at some point as well, and to dig through some of the old stuff that I've got. I like the Stargate Genius stuff. It's nice to listen to while I tackle other work my brain wants to procrastinate away. Good. I'm here to procrastinate. Is your boys show going to be less brutal? Can't say. Oh, disappointment. Come on. That's what James is going on downstairs. How are we doing for time? I said I would not be more than half an hour, so I can't be more than half an hour. Hey, I haven't seen anything about Andrew Miller lately, and was just wondering if had any recent projects. Me and girlfriend have been looking, but can't find much. Cine Junkie, Andrew Miller is a writer now, married to a fabulous woman, Eden. You can check them out. I think he's on like Instagram. He's probably on Instagram. I don't know if he's private or not, but yeah, he's doing some. Go check out IMDb. He's writing up a storm. I mean, he does some sort of showrunning stuff. He does series stuff. He's like the development king, and he's still, I think, really one of the biggest, best, brightest brains about Hollywood out there. Like, if you want to know how that industry works, Andrew's the guy. I've been trying to bug him into talking to me about this stuff, but he's such a grumpy old man that he's like, oh, you don't want to talk to me about that. But I just thought it'd be really fun to talk to him about this kind of stuff, because he's had a lot of experiences with this. Mostly research scientists. I know one guy who researches the machine you breathe in and tells if you have any disease. Many famous mathematicians. Oh, fantastic. Jeffrey Phillips Freeman, do me a favor. My sort of open to the internet email is davidihewlett@gmail.com. And if you want to put in the subject matter, genius guests or something like that, so it stands out for me. I apologize if I don't get right back to you. I got to say, my mailboxes are kind of a mess. I am quite selective now, because the beauty of being out here is I get to talk to people. And I like to think that this is my outreach, so that it's not my outreach. This is basically for me, but in doing so, I get to talk to people, and that's how I try to keep in touch with people. The emails, I find it very, very hard to keep up with, because it's just there's so many things going on and distracting me from things. Have you seen Starship from SpaceX? Oh my God, SpaceX is doing some amazing things. I mean, that massive rocket is just amazing. I mean, Yeah, excuse me as I burp away. I had a lot of candies last night. The kids came for a while, then they stopped, and I started eating the candies while watching the Blue Jays. Although we did manage to sneak in a couple episodes of Slow Horses, which again, magnificent, so good. Send a stranger. I'm just trying to get my start. Send a stranger. I just trying to get my start. Don't know what that means. But how can we help you start? We chatted over email before. I will send it out today. Oh, great. Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. That's amazing. Worked with you on Murdoch Mysteries. You were a truly nice person. Not everyone you meet is. Oh, Julian Casey, thank you so much. What did you do on Murdoch Mysteries? And I am sorry that I haven't made the connection. A truly nice person. Well, here's the thing. It's not hard to be truly nice when you're enjoying yourself. And Murdoch Mysteries was quite a joy. I like working. And when you like working, you're happy. So, and I think that's, on a bad day, you catch me on a bad day, you won't think the same. Sure. I can be absolutely horrible. I know I could be horrible. Just ask Kate. Heck, I'm a nobody and my email is a disaster. Okay, good. Okay, good. It's not just me. Right. Send a stranger. I don't understand send a stranger. Is this like a bot or something? What's going on? I don't know. Candy is evil. I'm on a diet. Oh, Tom, don't even start. Diet is die with a T, as my sisters say. I am not on a diet. I am on a, do I need it? Do I want it? Am I going to have it? Yes. That's generally the way I work right now. But the exercise is the first stage in a complete Hewlett revival. No, it's not really. I just want to do some exercise because as I say, I feel like I need to at least keep vaguely in shape, even if I'm going to just eat pizza when I get the opportunity. Love you, Rodney. Love you, Torres. Thank you very much. Find a company rep. What the hell is going on? I think this may be just an ad thing. Tom, aren't we all? Cap'n Kerplunk, YouTube and Facebook. That's where we're screening, I guess. I think everyone has their emails in a disorderly state. Look, I mean, it's one of the things I kind of hope about that I hope to use AI for more is to sort out that kind of stuff. But I do worry about I was going to say the dangers of dumping all of your emails into a large language model and having it sort stuff out. I worry about the privacy issues of that stuff. And there's been some recent things where people haven't realized that they're set on public, and all of a sudden all of their queries and responses have been are made public by default. It's a silly setting. I don't know why they do that, but I guess they wanted to share. They want. I guess. I think it was OpenAI. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But one or two of these AI models have a setting where you can say, "Oh, make it public," and then if you make it public and then forget, you can end up asking it things that shouldn't really have out in the open. So mine's a wreck, especially at work. Wholesome Vampire. Your email should be not a wreck at work. Surely your home email for sure. I guess wait a sec. I guess my email is work and home. So yeah, I can't really talk. Never mind. Carry on. Favorite episode to film in the entire SGA series. Yeah, I get asked this a lot. I say the same thing every time. I feel like you know what I need to do? I need to do some frequently asked questions. How does one do that on here? What would you suggest? If I did a bunch of little videos of frequently asked questions, just because, look, I don't mind answering the questions, and I don't answer the questions as many times as I get asked them. I feel bad for people who are here all the time if they're hearing the same questions and hearing the answer to the same questions. I just worry about that. But in a nutshell, there are episodes that I loved for the time that part of my life. There are ones that I love because of the action that I got to do, or the places I got to go, or the people I got to work with, or the acting I got to do. So there's just different ones for each of them. I mean, even that hideous one where I had to be 10,000 years old and have all that wretched makeup on. There's something kind of cool about the makeup. You know what I mean? So it was just something I loved about basically any episode that the McKay's in. I kind of liked because McKay was just such a fun character and always had such a fun take on everything. So it's kind of, I know that's a wimpy answer. I love them all, but it's true. Put up a community post on your YouTube asking for questions for a certain date period, and then you can compile an answer. That's brilliant. Bear and Thistle, I love it. Bear and Thistle, what are you, a pub? That sounds amazing. Stephen Hamlet, when see the crew from Stargate, give them a hug from me. Oh, you know it. I'll give them a hug from me too. What's your thoughts on the 3i Atlas? Yes. So I looked this up. No, I don't think it's life. I don't think it's some kind of alien vessel or anything. I know there were some strange things that were visible from Earth that have been explained. Things like tails suddenly disappearing as if it was putting on the brakes, but that was really just a perspective thing as it got closer to the sun. It's also shedding stuff because this could be the first time they think that this thing has come this close to a sun or star like that. So I feel like there are valid responses for what this thing is, other than alien. That said, that doesn't mean, panspermia. It could have little bits of alien on it that could be flung out onto planets to get them, a nice living biosphere. So who knows? I mean, I think what I love about it is that because it's going to go past the sun, the sense I get is that we can use existing satellites, well, like the James Webb for that matter, that weren't really designed for this, but they can get a good look at it and get a sense of what these things are made out of. But I mean, it's just the idea that thing has been traveling around possibly as long or longer than our planet. I mean, how freaking wild is that? Anyway, so yeah, really got my imagination going. And I have to thank this chat for that, actually, because one of the earlier one of these earlier Burn&Learns, it came up and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the Boston Dynamics robot called Atlas. I didn't realize that's what it was called, the 3i Atlas. So I went and looked it up because of you guys. So thank you. There you go. Learning, happening, back and forth. It's symbiotic, man. Howdy, been a fan since Cube, was watching Atlantis on Tubi today and realized you are the king of the blank stare, pensive stare, long pause with nearly bugged eyes. Any inspiration? Marty Feldman, absolutely. Let's do it. Love Marty Feldman. Absolutely love Marty Feldman. Although he had an issue with his eyes. It's a condition where your eyes bulge like that. I kind of wish my eyes were more bulgy because then, there'd be more character-y stuff to do. But God forbid my wife doesn't want me looking any uglier. I think I think I should probably stick with what I've got here. But yes, Marty Feldman, good call. I love Marty Feldman. Absolutely brilliant. Abby Normal. I was ill. I would love to have to try to figure out the website again. I was ill. I would have to try to figure out the website again. Got some work to do. I'm sorry you've been ill. Would you do another? Yeah, absolutely. Would I do another season of Stargate? That's a frequently asked question for sure. And the answer is an unequivocal yes, 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 yes. Please, please, when? Reddit AMA. Oh, that's interesting. I have done Reddit AMAs before. How does one go about doing that yourself, though? I've only had it done for me by whatever production I was working on or was trying to promote itself at the time would hawk me out for that. But yeah, I guess that's an AMA. Reddit AMA is not a bad way to go. I wonder if there's a way to link it in here. I think I was looking. I'm on Restream right now. I'm using Restream. I love Restream. It's fantastic. But to go to the next level where I can add Twitter as well, which I don't really want to do, but that's where a lot of people are, and I feel like I don't want to abandon them because of that. And you can stream on it. So, and potentially other ones if they come up, and also streaming in 1080 instead of 720, which Lance is constantly bothering me about because apparently it's a nightmare to edit. I don't think I need to be any more high definition than I am already. I say the blurrier the better, frankly. But still, but to jump to that, it goes to like $40 something a month, from 19. So I'm just like, I maybe I should just bite the bullet and get in. But I wondered about maybe using Restream instead. So I got to look at some videos and see which ones look like the right solution for me. But basically what I want to do is I want to stream in one place to the multiple platforms. I want it to be as seamless as possible. I want to be able to with Restream. I want to be able to see all the chats, which I can here. I'm not organized enough to actually get to all of them, but I'm trying to at least be able to go back and forth, which is something, which is just great. I love it, So right now I'm doing YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So hello, everybody. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. And then I'm just hoping to be able to add some more as well. So, 34. I said it'd be half an hour. Okay, I gotta go. Yeah, it's because of the amount of bit rate you use for 1080 compared to 720. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, look, it makes sense that they're gonna charge you more. I get it. I don't begrudge them that. It's just money. I've got so many subscriptions, even just subscriptions to do my I'm with Genius stuff to look things up and AIs and all that kind of stuff. So it just all adds up, but I just didn't want to add another $40 to that. So, well, that said, oh, look at that for a segue. Okay, why don't you all go to techbandits.org, where there is a Patreon that you can join, and you can help me upgrade to 1080. Yeah, if you want to go head on over to techbandits.org. There's a Patreon link you can go to. I think there's even a PayPal link that I put up if you just want to, fancy throwing me some cash. And then of course there's Stargate inspired merch that you might want to look at too. So any way you can help would be amazing. Thank you. I'm just going to throw that in there. Sorry, horrible self-serving stuff, but worth doing. There have been rumors that the rights have now been agreed and sorted for a new Stargate. But do you think it will be a reboot or a new follow on this series? I would be the last person to know. My hunch would be this. My hunch would be that it will be new, and it will be new people, and that I think they would be probably silly not to at least bring back some people from the previous thing, not on a regular basis perhaps, but at least just to sort of show up and bless it, so to speak. It's like RDA showing up and sending us champagne type thing. I think maybe we wheel McKay in to complain about the youth of today and then wheel me off again or something like that. I mean, look, I would love to do it on a regular basis. I would love to be back on Atlantis, or any of the Stargate setups. Frankly, I was really hoping to be back on SGU as well because I really enjoyed that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they'll do, but I hope it would be a mix. It'd be nice to be a mix, or maybe they'll just entirely reimagine it. I mean, I was not a big fan of the idea that Battlestar was going to be redone, but when I saw it, it's like, holy crap, that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, the only thing that we know for sure is change. Does it ever get tiresome? People keep asking you about Stargate reboots. You're so gracious about it. All wholesome vampire. That's weird. I want to know. Frankly, I'd love to know there's a reboot, and chances are you'll probably hear about it faster than I will, because your network of fan stuff and community stuff that is probably keeping an eye out for this in a way that I'm not. Well, certainly my agents probably aren't. Anyways, start a position to bring Rodney back. Yeah, there you go. I'm here. I'm right here. BSG was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica was. I think I'll be curious to know what it's like going back. It's actually really fun. Because there's oh God, what is this? What is the wonderful fellow? Who's the guy who played the sniveling scientist who with oh God, what was his name? With the actor, he's on Slow Horses Down. He's just, oh my God, I love him. I've met him at a couple conventions, and he's just the sweetest, loveliest man. And he's doing such a great job on Slow Horses as well. I can't remember his name. What was his name? He it's been so long since I've watched the Battlestar. Oh my God. And that was like one of my, I guess X-Files was my first real binge show where I just had to watch it. I just couldn't stop. But Battlestar, oh my God, it was amazing. If you can only stream 30 minutes, 5 hours later. Yes, I've got to go. Okay, I'm out of here. Right, you're right. I'm so sorry. Okay, what am I apologizing to you for? I got to, yeah. Zelenka. Okay, so yes, techbandits.org. Check it out. Hoping to be back again. I guess tomorrow for another torture. I guess another burn and learn. Perhaps we'll see. I'm trying to do every day at this point, and then building up and getting smarter at the same time, and building a community of wonderful people like you. Okay, so what do we cover today? Network Chuck, go check it out if you're liking the computer stuff. He's wonderful at it, so go support what he's up to. I will try to find the name of this podcast that has the slime mold, but look up the slime molds. It's so cool, like so cool. And again, keep me posted. If you see any slime molds, take a couple of shots, send them my way on one of these Facebooks or Twitters or whatever the hell they're, Instagrams, I guess. That'd be great. I've tried to tell him. What's this? What have you tried to tell him? There is a multi-stream plugin for OBS, and all you need then is some sort of cheap used T400 GPU for around 100 USD one-time purchase. Yeah, but here's the problem. I'm going from my phone. Like right now, I want to be able to do something where I can stream from anywhere with no problems at all. And I don't want to rely on having to be by a PC, because the reality is half the time I'm not. Actually, you know what I should do? Yeah, whatever service I go on, I should get myself a camcorder, because I'm loving the camcorder. I love the camcorder, and I'm going to show you some of that too. I brought a camcorder with me to the Netherlands and played with that, and it was just wonderful. It was only 1080, but I want to get the 4K version because I think it'll just be amazing. I just borrowed it off a friend. It was fantastic. It's flooding with ideas. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Thank you, Butt Pub. Butt Pub. What? Okay, I'm coming. See, I told you. All right, I'm out of here. Everyone, be brave, be kind, be brilliant, cheerio, and huzzah! And I'll see you later. Thank you all very much. Bye. Go Arsenal.